So this video is going to show you how to set up your ORCAD or Cadence for the transistors with the model parameters that I provided. So this you see here is the lab manual that I posted in your Blackboard. So I'll just follow that through so you can see what I'm doing. So I'll go to Start, All Programs, Cadence, then you see Release 16.6, this might change. Design Entry CIS, this one. So it will open a small window, and from this window now it says select Allegro PCB Design CISL, this one, and OK. Now next step is File, New Project. So the Cadence is opening. So I'll say File, New Project. So I'll write a name here. Select Analog or Mixed AD. So Analog or Mixed AD. Let's say Project Tutorial. Say okay, so you need to define your path here, so I just left it here, and then name your project, specify the location. I already specified that. Create a blank project, so create a blank project. Okay, so now you have all the system here. Now you're gonna put place part. Let me make this smaller so you can see both screens. Place part, then add library under the following libraries: source and breakout. Source is for your voltage and current sources, and breakout is for your transistor. So I'll go to place part, and I will add the source, which is already added here. If I didn't have it, what I would have to do, I would press add library, and I would find it's usually go under the PSpice anyway. So all these Cadence, SP 16.6 tools, capture library, PSpice, then I would go to source. Source is here, source.olb, and also breakout.olb. So they're already here for us. So I'll put first a ground, place ground 0 source, place, and go to ground and 0 source, this one, not the other ones. This is gonna define your ground. If you don't use this, your simulation is not gonna work well. So I put 1 here. Now place part M break N and M break P. Those are for NMOS and PMOS transistors. So I can click here. Now breakout, and I'm gonna go to M break N, this one. So so it's selected here, but it doesn't show here. So I'm gonna double click, and now I can see it here. I'll put 1 here, and then I'll go to M break P, just this one, double click, so I have it here. So now you can see M break N, M break P. M break N, this is your NMOS transistor. M break P is your PMOS transistor. If the arrow to the bulk goes inwards, that's your NMOS. Otherwise, it's PMOS. So we need to define the model parameters. These transistors are just now empty. They don't know what those transistors are. So I'm gonna right click on the transistor, right click, and go to Edit PSpice Model. It will open the PSpice Model editor. So it actually opened it, but you don't see it here. So if you look at the in your taskbar here, you see it here. So for it right now, the only model, it just says it's an NMOS. It doesn't have any parameters. So what we'll do, we will take all this part just as it is, copy, and then you select this one and paste here. Now I'm just gonna save it. So now we have the NMOS transistor, all the parameters that was from your book. I'll close this. Now I'll do the same thing for PMOS transistor. Right click, edit PSpice model. PSpice model is here. It's this one. Copy this part, Control C, and paste it here, Control V, and I'll save it. So now we have the transistors. The only parameters that we are allowed to change in the transistor is the width and length. So I want those to be shown here next to the transistor. So again, right click, so double click on the transistor. You see all the parameters here, but we don't see those, so we're gonna go all the way to the end. You see the W here, but it doesn't really show in this screen. So I'm gonna go to the shaded box, right click, and I'll say display, and I'll say name and value. Okay. While I'm still here, I need to create a new property that's L, which is your length. New property, I'll just say L, no value, and I'll just say OK. But it still has a shaded box, so I'll click, right click there, display. Oops, sorry. You click here, left click, then right click, display, name and value. Okay. Now we're all set for this one. As you see, this is your page one. Do you see it here? You can keep it here, you can close this, it doesn't matter. So we need to do the same thing for this transistor. Looks like we need to close this first. Close. Double click. Go to W. Right click. Display. Name and value. OK. Add new property. That's L. Say OK. Left click. Then right click. Display. Name and value. OK. And now we applied everything. We can right click here and close. So now you have your transistors.